Hello everybody, welcome back to Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. We had just finished up the prologue, and now here we are to start Chapter 1. Estelle, are you in there? Joshua? Dinner's ready. Just to let you know, we'll be having roasted basil chicken and onion soup gratin. That sounds so good. I'll come down later, so why don't you two go on ahead and eat? Alright. Well, make sure to come down before your food gets cold. The Wheel of Fortune card again. Something really is going on. I just can't see what it is. Where's Estelle? She said to go ahead and eat without her. She doesn't seem to have much of an appetite. I see. She took the news a lot better than I thought she would. It's not surprising she doesn't want to come out of her room, seeing as how close she is with her father. I agree. So, what do you think about all of this, Shahara? Is it an accident or an incident? To be honest, I couldn't say either way. Your dad is a top-class bracer. When it comes to crisis management, he's the best there is. Whichever it is, if your father happens to be there, it'll be resolved. But the fact is, an airliner along with your father has gone missing. In other words, what you're trying to say is that things that shouldn't have happened, right? Don't lose heart on me now. You need to be a stout wall of support and bear Estella up. I'll get to work tomorrow and see what I can find out. Man, it sure smells good down here. I can't stand it any longer. What? Estelle? Are you okay? I'm so hungry. I thought I was gonna pass out. Oh, this looks so good. Bon appetit. Aren't you two having any? This is great. The basil flavor really comes out when you roast it. You sure know how to cook, Joshua. Well, thanks. Come on, Shahara. Don't just sit there, too. Do you want to drink some of my dad's brandy from his secret stash? I'm pretty sure there's a bottle of Steinrose there that's about 20 years old in there. Did you say Steinrose? And 20 years old, too? Shahara, what do you think you're doing? Sorry. Estelle, I'm going to have to pass this time. By the way, what were you doing up in your room? You didn't come down even after Joshua called you for supper. Uh-huh. Oh, right. I was just looking for some extra underwear. I was having a bit of trouble finding one of my favorites because it was stuffed in the back of one of the drawers. Underwear? Oh, and a set of gear for traveling. I mean, who knows how long we'll be gone, so I figured as long as we're prepared, we'll have nothing to worry about. So what you're saying is you intend to head to Bose to find your father? Well, duh. That's a no-brainer. And while I can't imagine anything bad happening to him despite his horrible luck, waiting around just doesn't suit me, so I'm gonna go check things out for myself. You really are something else. Whether it's your positive attitude or thick skin, I can't say, but... What? You're so rude, Joshua. But you are coming along too, right? Of course. However, it looks like all airliner flights have been cancelled until the Army finishes their search. It seems like the only way to Bose is on foot. Walk to Bose, huh? I wonder how long that's gonna take. For a bracer on foot, if they hurry they can make it there in about half a day. But if that's the route you're taking, that makes things easy. I think I'll tag along as well. Really? You'll come with us? But aren't you busy with a bunch of other jobs? Hey, I trained under your father, right? Did you honestly think I would just sit here when something could have happened to the person I owe so much to? I'm going to talk to Aina and have her pass my jobs at the guild to another member. Shahara? We really appreciate this, Shahara. You really shouldn't be thanking me. I just can't leave a job as big as this up to a bunch of newbies. I hate to say it, but you're probably right. Oh well. Since Shahara's along for the ride now, I do feel a bit more confident. We appreciate you coming with us. Myself as well. Anyway, let's make sure to drop by the guild tomorrow morning before we leave. I'll need to explain the situation to Aina. And now we get the official title screen for the chapter. If I remember right, I think there's like maybe 5-6 chapters in total. But of course I could be wrong. It's been quite a while since I last played. But yeah, the title, Disappearance of the Lind, fairly self-explanatory, and then trying to remind us that we are playing Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. So, now that we have that resolved, let's continue. I understand the situation now. To be frank though, with Scheherazade taking off after Cassius, I'm going to be really short-handed. But since this involves him directly, please don't worry about anything. I really appreciate this, Aina. Make good use of Ridge while we're gone. You should be able to deal with at least 3 times his normal workload. Don't you think that's a bit harsh? Don't worry, if things get too hectic, I'll ask for help from the Gransil branch. By the way, Scheherazade, can I get a minute? I'd like to talk with you about the job you're going to do. Sure, no problem. Still, Joshua, could I have you two wait upstairs? I'll be done in a minute. Understood. Shahara, if we're going to be waiting, would you mind if we did it in front of the clock tower? I'd like to say hi to someone. Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, then let's meet up in front of the clock tower. As soon as I'm done here, I'll head over there myself. Got it. Come on, Joshua. Sure. Let's see, erected in partnership with the Libero royal family, Septen Church in Roland City, Septen calendar 1075. And in 1192, destroyed during the 100 Days' War when Roland was bombarded by the Emborian Imperial Army. And in 1197, rebuilt with the cooperation of the citizens of Roland. Every time I see this clock tower, I always think, they sure did a superb job restoring it after the war. You can sure feel the spirit of Roland's people from this. Estelle? Joshua, what do you think about going up with me and waiting until Shahara shows up? You mean the clock tower? Sure, I don't mind. Okay, come on. The morning air is so refreshing. Hey, look, Joshua. We can see the house from here. You're right, I can see the roof. But do you want to tell me what's going on, since you're always avoiding coming up here? I was under the impression that you didn't like this place. I like this place, but I just can't casually come up here. Because this is the place where my mom died. What? "10 years ago, during the war, when the Imperial army surrounded Roland, they bombarded the symbol of the city, the clock tower, to try and get the citizens to surrender. This was at the time Dad was fighting in the Royal Army. I wanted to see who he was fighting against, so I climbed up the clock tower. And when the bombardment started, I couldn't get away. When I came to, I hardly had a scratch on me. My mother had saved me. I was wrapped tightly in her arms, shielded from the rubble. And as I cried, she sang my favorite lullaby. But when they finally dug us free, after the war ended and this place had been rebuilt, I avoided coming here for the most part. It's not because I have painful memories of this place, though. It's just, when I come here, part of me wants so much to draw on her strength. Plus, I've felt that I can't be strong like her if I'm always trying to rely on her. Estelle. But today is okay, right? Relying on her just this once? Asking her to bring Dad home safely? Asking her to protect him? Of course it is. And don't worry, Dad's safe for sure. Your mother's protecting him, so there's no doubt in my mind that he's safe. And if he happens to be in a bit of trouble, then you can come to his rescue. Just like your mother did for you, you can do the same for your dad. And don't forget, I'm here to help you too. Joshua. I know I can't completely understand everything you've been through, but I can stay here by your side as I am now. And if you need a shoulder to cry on, you always got me, mine. So. Huh? Joshua, you're trying too hard. You shouldn't say things like that so lightly. What do you mean? If I were any other girl, I would have totally misinterpreted your intentions just now. You are seriously the type who's going to have problems with romantic relationships in the future. I'm already starting to get worried. Well, excuse me for trying to be nice. Why do you have to be like that when someone is genuinely worried about you? Thanks for cheering me up, Joshua. I feel a lot better now. I guess as long as I get some kind of thanks, it was worth looking like a complete fool. But you are unbelievable, mumble mumble. Don't be so mad. I'm really thankful, believe it or not. So how about we get down from here, huh? I'm sure Shahir is waiting for us. You're probably right. Mom, I finally realized why I wanted to become a bracer. It's so I could become strong and protect others just like you. So please, watch and see. I won't fail to bring Dad home safe again. Aww, the two of you had such a cute scene going on up there. Why, my cheeks even feel a little bit hot just thinking about it. What's that supposed to mean? You were spying on us? Give me some credit, will you? I just happened to see you when I looked up to check the time. I sure wish I had an orbital camera to get a shot of that view. Come on. What are you trying to say, Shahira? That's called family bonding, plain and simple. It's kinda like your habit of hugging everyone after your third bottle of wine. Let's not get into that. What's with the sigh? You really don't know how to take a joke, do you? Well, whatever. Did you say hi to Lena while you were up there? Yeah. I even asked for her to watch over Dad. I see then. I guess it looks like you're all set. You know, Lena's protection is equal to that of the goddess herself. Your dad's safety is pretty much guaranteed. I think you may be giving her a little too much credit. Now that you mention it, you met Estelle's mother right before, right, Shahara? Yeah, when I was a child. I was still in a troupe at the time. A troupe? Yeah, a troupe in a traveling circus. Shahara was a dancer. Although it was a long time ago, we first met when she came to Roland with the circus. 12 years ago, to be exact. I was 11 and Estelle was 4. And because of that chance encounter, when I became a bracer, I trained under your father. I didn't know that. Maybe I'll tell you about it sometime when I get a chance. Are you about ready to head out for Bose? With airliner flights cancelled, we'll have to make our way to Bose the old-fashioned way, by foot. First, we'll need to make our way to the Verded Bridge checkpoint, which sits on the border of the Bose region. The Verded Bridge is located at the west end of the Milch Main Road. It looks like we're all set, so let's go! Well, now that we finally have control again, we should probably turn in some of those quests we've completed and see if there's anything else going on just before we leave. Yeah, so as you can see, we can still carry out the medical necessities, and the other two we had cleared, and we now just have to report on those. And we should be able to turn this one in now. And then, of course, we have the letter carrier, which is something we can pretty much do when we go over to the to Bose, but to do that we have to check in at the Roland Chapel for details. So let's go ahead. We got the results for Lost Kitten and the Highway Monster, and completed just without any trouble, and come back and report again. So yeah, pretty much even if you do a chapter change, you can still turn in quests that you've completed, so always make sure to get those done when you have the chance. And then I guess is still the medical necessities. We actually have to go to the priest, I believe, and turn in those medicinal stuff we got, along with, of course, seeing him about the letter. So let's go over there right now. And I'll go... okay, yeah, just... I remember him being a shopkeeper. But yeah, you know, each of the little characters have their own things to say. But let's get back on track and focus on the chapel. Let's see, talk to him. Well, good morning, everyone. Are you going on a journey somewhere? Yep. Just over to Bose, but before we left, there was something we wanted to give you. To me? And there's the bear claw and savory pinion that we so thankfully were able to gather without too much trouble. This is the bear claw and savory pinion you were looking for. Please use them as medicinal ingredients. You requested these at the guild, right? That's right, I did put in a request. I'm just surprised that you went to all the trouble to do this for me. My thanks to the both of you, Estelle and Joshua. It appears that you both are doing a wonderful job. This is encouraging to know. We'll try to do our best. With that attitude, I have nothing to worry about. Make sure to act with caution whenever your travels take you. I pray that the goddess will guide you on your journey. So my attempt at trying to do a different voice here and there, I don't have too big of a range, but I should be able to at least do some every now and then. Oh, maybe this one's the one we talked about, the letter. Nope, just, you know, Sister May telling us about Sunday school and how the kids are doing. So I guess maybe we do talk to him again for the letter. Yeah, you know, as we headed to Bose. Yeah, that's right. Then in that case, could I ask for a favor of you? I had wanted to send Father Holston a letter, but the airliners are grounded. So how about it? Can I get you to deliver this letter while you're there in Bose? Sure, we'll go ahead and accept. It's not like it's any trouble. Sure, we'll do it. It shouldn't be a problem since the letter is not that big to begin with. I really appreciate this. Alright then, here you are. So, all we need to do is give the letter to Father Holstein in Bose, right? Yes, the chapel is on the east side of Bose City, so it should be fairly easy to locate. Traveling around other regions and broadening our knowledge is food for the mind. I don't think I'm being consistent with my voices here. I do apologize in advance for anyone who gets bothered by that. I pray that the goddess will guide you on your journey. So yeah, fairly simple. Got that taken care of. I'll go ahead and just turn in the quest we just completed, just to get that out of the way. And then for the last round, we'll go and check out the orbital shops and to see if we can do any upgrades. Oh good, we can open a new slot. You know, for the most part, my advice when it comes to orbit slots, even if you do get a new party member, like as we have Shahara here, as you can see, she already has 4 opened. But each of the characters will come and go throughout the story. So it's a lot better to keep to Estelle and Joshua first. Shahara and other party members, as you do play through the game, will return here and there. But, you know, since we have Estelle and Joshua most of the time throughout this entire story, it's probably better to just, you know, get to opening their stuff first right away. And looks like our next one will need 50, so we need some more red. And of course I'll let you guys know if I decide to do any grinding for more seeps so I can get more orbments. So that's open. You can of course find certain monsters that'll drop the seeps you need and try and grind for those if you want. But I'll just keep to playing through the game normally until I run into a situation that calls for it. And then of course I'll check out the arms here and do a quick look. Yeah, looks like there's nothing new, so I think we're pretty good for now. And we're at full health and all that, so I think all that's left now is to check out the bar here and see if we can pick up a few menu items we can take with us. And as you can see, the characters actually, you know, have new dialogue options, or not options, but new dialogue that actually talk when major events happen. You know, it is nice to see that this seems more like a world and not just, you know, a collection of NPCs that just kind of say whatever they're intended to say, but they seem like people. Let's see, so... yeah, so it talks about all the different ingredients. Let's see, we should probably just get a lot of flowery soda, because, you know, the 100 HP and plus 1 move is nice, but getting healed for 200 and curing poison, which I'm sure we'll encounter a bit more often. Oh, and then there is this crepe that looks, oh, and I haven't learned this one yet either. I don't have it in my inventory, so let's just go ahead and buy a bunch of these. Yeah, 10 of these is fine. And then I'll just buy a few of these, just in case we ever do get poisoned. And I'll go ahead and buy 4 of those. And I usually like to buy things in 5s and 10s, item-wise. You know, just my rule of thumb for playing RPGs. You know, make sure you always have enough, because you never know when you'll need it. Yep, and this is where we go to head out to the Verde Bridge checkpoint. You know, so for the most part, traveling around isn't too bad as long as you keep to the roads. As you can see, most of the monsters avoid. But that won't always be the case as we continue. And then of course there will be plenty of more things to do or check out as we explore. I guess there are, you know, I could check around to see if there are any treasure chests or things that I've missed. But for the most part, I'll probably just keep heading towards the main objective and worry about stuff like that another time. You know, I pretty much like to play the game as I want to play it. I'm not into trying to do everything there is sometimes. Just so the stuff I really want to do. Hello there. Are you headed for Bose? We are. But how did you know? We weren't just visiting again? Well, a number of people like yourselves have been passing through lately. Exponentially more than usual. Is that because flights have been suspended in the airspace over Boise? That's exactly what's happened. You wouldn't believe how busy this place is because of it. Well, the Royal Army is responsible for all the restricted flights, so you're really not in a position to complain. Yeah, I guess you're right about that. Oh, and another thing. Traffic through this checkpoint is also being regulated. If you want to go through here, you'll have to get a pass from the Chief Warrant Officer next door. Okay. So, now we just go over here and talk to him again. Well, if it isn't Estelle and Joshua, too. Hello, Mr. Ashton. Well, this is Scheherazade, if I remember correctly, right? Good afternoon, sir. We would like to cross over into the Boise region, so we're wondering about getting a pass. Let me guess, this has something to do with the Lind, doesn't it? Yeah. And we get our little summary, talking to the character right here. That's always nice. It would be kind of nice if a lot more games did that, actually. You know, just so that they don't just cop out by transitioning with a black screen and just saying, okay, yeah, that's what happened. Goodness, Cassius was aboard? This is major. I'll issue a pass right away. And we got our gate pass. Thank you, sir. But is it alright if you issue us a pass just like this? What are you talking about? I know you kids by face. And as a member of the Royal Army, I should do my best to cooperate with the Bracer Guild. Oh, but one other thing. Huh? Be careful if you have any errands at the Harkin Gate north of here. You might want to hide your identities as bracers there. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I can't say any more about the matter. But if you do intend to investigate the incident, please do so with discretion. I pray to... I'm still not gonna get this right, even though supposedly they call her a goddess, and I've been... You know, it sounds more like the masculine name for adios. You know, adios. For Cassius' safe return. You know, hopefully someone will be able to, or however they pronounce it, even if I'm not doing a good job about it. Oh well. Alright, we got one. Well, that was quick. Okay then, how about I open the gate for you? Yeah, that's kinda nice. Just opens up the gate by remote control. Doesn't even have to touch anything. I do think it is pretty ingenious how well they were able to kind of do things and make things happen without, you know, and make it a bit more legitimate than just saying, ooh, that happened. Alright, you're clear to go on through. Once you cross over, you won't be able to come back unless you get a pass from the other side. Please be aware of that before you cross. Got it. And let's go ahead and get through here. You can see there's not too much to see around this bridge, even if it is sort of nicely done and fairly colorful compared to just any bland bridges you normally pass through. And that's kind of it there. Hey look, I'm going through again. Haha, I beat the system. Alright, enough of that. And now we're continuing on into the East Bose Highway. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep mispronouncing Boise or Bose every now and then because, you know, I thought I heard it right once, but no. Nebo Valley. Well, since we are on an adventure, we should probably check this place out. Or, I'll take a quick look here just to see if there's anything going on. But yeah, this is pretty much an area it looks like you can go to or navigate to. But, you know, I'm sure we'll probably come back here later. Actually, if I remember right, I'm pretty sure we do. You know, whenever you enter into a new region, there will be plenty of places to go to, but you can either go there to fight the monsters or do that for the quests. But of course, you still need to get the quests. Oh, a random encounter. What's that headed this way? Oh, it's a caravan. Well, if it isn't Scheherazade, how have you been? Oh, this guy has a picture, so he must be important to the story somehow. Fine. I haven't seen you in a while either. What are you up to? As you can see, I'm doing an escort job. I'm sure that you've heard about all the airliners being grounded after the Lind incident, right? Because of that, we have to move all this cargo to the Royal City by ground transport. I see. Well, your efforts are appreciated. So how about yourself? What are you doing with these youngsters? Don't tell me you're looking into the incident. That was the plan. Why? You knew something we should be aware of? Well, I think it's best if you spoke with Lugran? I'm just gonna call him Lugran. I'll see if I can keep at that. About it at the Bose branch. Anyway, I've got to get going. Catch you later. First Mr. Ashton, and now him. Everyone keeps hinting at something, but no one will just come out and say it. I wonder what's up. Well, there must be a good reason for it, and we'll probably find our answers at the Bose branch. Agreed. If we do as he suggests and ask Lugran about it, we may be able to get a clue as to what's going on. Anyway, let's get moving. And we just got our first monster encounter because he decided to run right at us. And he is the weirdest looking snake I've ever seen. And he just poisoned us. Hunts with his poisonous fangs and may call for backup. And he's weak to water. But we'll probably just go ahead and attack him since we got plus 10 attack plus strength up right now, and she just one-shotted him. So, well, with Scheherazade around, we shouldn't have too much trouble with some of these monsters. Now, of course, she won't always be around for the entire game, so we will have to rely on our own strengths once she decides to leave the party. But if I remember right, that's gonna be a while still. But yeah, pretty much just continue following this road, and we should eventually end up at Boise as we kind of go through here. You can do a bit more exploration around trying to find certain things. And here at a crossroads, you can see Haken's Gate, or Haken Gate. But we'll, of course, just continue our journey to Boise because we will eventually go to Haken at some point. And here we are. We are finally in Boise North Block. Our wonderful looking city with a marketplace. We finally made it here. This is the commercial city of Boise, which sits at the heart of the Boise region. Wow, this definitely looks like a city. Of the 5 major cities in Liberl, this one comes next after the Royal City. Compared to Roland, the buildings are all made of stone and seem a lot bigger. Does anyone have any idea what that huge building over there is over there? That's the Boise Market. It's an indoor marketplace made up of various shops. Food, clothing, sundry goods, furniture, books, and so on. You can pretty much buy everything here with the exception of weapons and orphans. It's not surprising that they call this place a commercial city. Man, I really wish this trip could have been for shopping. Maybe some other time. Let's first stop by the guild and find out what's going on regarding the incident. Oh, alright. Just so you know, the Bracelet Guild is right over there. Of course, we don't see it or it's pointed to it at all, but as long as we find the red building, we should be able to find it. Here it is. But this video is going on a bit long, so I'll just end it here for now. Join us next time when we'll go inside the guild and find out what the heck is going on with this incident and why we should be concerned about investigating it. Until then, have fun gaming.